You had no trouble falling asleep, but you woke up at 1 a.m. and you're wide awake. On today's episode, we'll talk about those late night awakenings and what we can do about them. I'm Jay, and this is Somnilopod. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So, get this. This week, I woke up, I believe it was Wednesday night, woke up at 1:11 in the morning, and I was wide awake. And I'll have, late night awakenings every now and then. But this time, it was one of those that was a little surprising. I mean, seriously, I was wide awake. So I wanted to talk, and honestly, I almost got up in the middle of the night and did this episode, but then I thought, no, I'm going to go ahead and let myself do some proper research, and we'll get it together that way. But I did want to talk about those late night awakenings that we have all experienced and talk a little bit about some things that we can do to either avoid them or to help when they do happen. Now, every now and then, just waking up in the middle of the night will happen. Doesn't mean that there is something more happening other than just the fact that you woke up. So what you want to do, all things being equal, you want to try to look at your overall sleep. And if it is something that is happening to you fairly frequently, then you may want to do some investigation. So, for example, there are a lot of things that can affect just a simple nighttime awakening. Physical conditions. We've talked in the past about people with either something like acid reflux, which is the stomach acid coming up into your esophagus that can cause some sleep disruption, pain, even choking and coughing during the night. Chronic pain issues. Physical conditions like that can sometimes cause you to awaken. Nocturia, which is getting up and having to use the restroom. Sometimes bladder issues will do that as well. So it could be a physical condition. It could be a sleep disorder. You may not have had it diagnosed. I, fortunately, have had mine diagnosed and am treated for it. I've got sleep apnea, which is a disorder that causes periodic disruptions in my breathing while I'm sleeping, and that can lead to sleep disruption throughout the night. Fortunately, I use a device called CPAP, which removes the sleep apnea and helps remove that propensity toward having that consistent sleep disruption. But there are other types of sleep disorders. For example, periodic limb movement disorder. That's a disorder where patients will have these small twitches in their legs at night, and it can be miserable for them. So their sleep is disrupted it could be every 20 seconds. It could be that frequent. Could also be a circadian rhythm disorder. You may be, for example, a shift worker. And on your nights off, you may try to switch back around to a quote unquote normal sleep schedule that coincides with your daily life demands. And you may wake up in the middle of the night and just not be able to get back to sleep or be wide awake, as I point out. So you want to investigate to see if there is something underlying and contributing to the nocturnal awakening. But as I said, every now and then those things just simply happen. So there are things that you can do during the day, and if you are a regular listener, we have talked extensively about things like sleep hygiene. You brush your teeth and you wash your face before you go to bed. There are things that you can do during the day as well as in the evening to help consolidate your nighttime sleep. And by that I mean it helps to make your nighttime sleep more contiguous, more continuous throughout the night, so that you don't have consistent disruptions. Some of the best things that you can do as far as your sleep hygiene is to be consistent with your sleep schedule. You want to try to wake up at the same time every day. It's hard to do for some of us. I'm fortunate in that I've gotten to the point where I just typically wake up at 5:30 or 6 o'clock every morning, and that's just sort of my life. You may be in that same place, but some people aren't. So make sure that you're being consistent with your wake time in the morning. You also want to try to, if you're one of those people that exercise, and we all should be exercising. I don't necessarily include myself in that group of people who always exercise. I do get my exercise. I am not consistent about it, and I'm working on that. I promise. And hopefully, you're on that journey with me to be a little more consistent with our daily exercise routines. But exercising consistently can help consolidate your nighttime sleep. You want to try to do your exercise early in the day if you can. Sometimes your schedule doesn't allow it, but try not to do it close to bedtime. Because if you think about it, it is a stimulating activity. So if you're exercising right before bed, you may be physically tired, but your blood pressure may be up, your heart rate's going to be up, your body temperature is going to be up, and these are things that can disrupt your sleep. Also, if you're somebody that likes to nap or finds yourself napping a lot, that will contribute to those nighttime awakenings. Simply because your sleep is going to be disrupted. Your body likes to remember those types of habits. So if you're in the habit of taking a 30-minute, 45-minute nap when you get home from work, that can affect your nighttime sleep. Also, you want to pay attention to the things that you're eating and drinking. Alcohol and caffeine. Those are all things that can affect your ability to get a good night's sleep. So, as I mentioned, if you're a regular listener, these are things that you already know. These are things that you have tried and you've instilled in yourself and made part of your regular routine, and you still have those awakenings like I did the other night. Well, I went ahead and put my money where my mouth is as far as some of the things that we have talked about. That evening when I woke up, I got out of bed. And that's one of the things that we always recommend to patients. If it's been 10, 15, 20 minutes and you've not gone back to sleep, get out of bed. Physically remove yourself from your sleep environment. Try to do something non-stimulating in low light. Turn a desk lamp on and maybe read a little bit of a book or a little bit of a magazine, preferably something short to take your mind off of things and to sort of wait until you're sleepy again. So I did this. I went ahead and went back to bed. Found that I was still not having success getting back to sleep, so I tried some square breathing. And this is something we talked about in a previous episode. It was the Sleep by the Numbers episode. I believe it was episode 35. There's a technique that is often used, especially in the military, to help them get to sleep because their sleep can always be a little out of sorts. It is a breathing technique that involves taking consistent, slow, steady breaths on the count of 4. You breathe in, hold it for 4, exhale for a count of 4, breathe in for a count of 4, hold it for 4, exhale for 4, and you just do that consistently. A lot of the techniques like this just cause you to focus on your breathing or your physical body. And I'll be honest with you, I laid there for maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes once I started doing my square breathing, and I was asleep. I remember starting my square breathing exercise, and I don't remember anything after that. So I was able to fall back to sleep and still woke up at 5:30, but that's just sort of my way. So I do want you to know that I am at least walking the walk when I talk about these things that can help us at night. So if you're a new listener, check out some of those previous episodes. A lot of good advice. If you're just joining us, this is at least some things that you can do to help yourself sleep a little more consistently under certain circumstances. Please, if you have any questions, comments, ideas for episodes, even if you just want to tell me about a weird sleep thing that's happening to you, please send me that information at j@somnilopod.com. You can contact me there. You can contact me on the website. You can also check out the YouTube channel and some of the Twitter and Facebook stuff. So until we talk again, please remember to try to make sleep a priority. Thanks so much.